Hey everybody, Future Amy here. I just wanted to give you a quick apology for not getting day 5 Vlogmas posted to YouTube. I have been dealing with some severe cluster headaches and migraines over the last couple weeks, and unfortunately that's just kind of taken me out of commission for the last few days. So I will go ahead and post the footage for both Day 5 and Day 6 Vlogmas Advent reveals in this video, and I will be back to check in with you in just a few. Good morning, good morning. We are here, Day 5. I can't believe it's gone so fast already. I'm having so much fun, and I hope that for those that are hanging out with me, that you're enjoying seeing all of these gorgeous colorways from these independent makers, and that you're also enjoying yourself and you're getting in the holiday spirit. So let's dig right in with Chelsea Yarns, and this is Day 5 Taxi Cab. And this is a very interesting color. We are leaning more towards a green, but still that kind of funky color. I do like this though. And then it looks like we've got some pops of maybe some pinky reds. I don't know if the dye broke and it was supposed to be a purple, but then we've got little pops of green in there too. So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to make with these mini skeins. I do love the colors. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to make. So if you have any suggestions, please feel free to share them. I am looking forward to hearing any ideas that you may have. On to Day 5 for Trinkles. We've got another acrylic stitch marker, and this one looks like it is just a piece of luggage. So it's kind of got, in this acrylic, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I don't have a light that I can shine through it, but there's a little variation in the color through here. So maybe later on, if I can get the lighting to work out, I can give you a better idea of that. Maybe as I move my finger behind there, you'll be able to see. But that's super cute. I love that. Okay, Day 5 of Lazy Bee Yarns. So today's special treat was a little bit too big to fit within the actual Advent calendar box. So we'll go ahead and open this first. And I always save these decorative ribbons just because you never know what you might need them for. So we'll set that off to the side. And we'll see what we have here. Okay, so it looks like we've got some handmade lotion from Lunar Wolf Apothecary. I apologize. I am just stumbling all over my words while I try and record these videos. I promise I can enunciate. I'm seeming to be a little tongue-tied. But Lunar Wolf Apothecary, I don't know where they're based out of, so I think as I go through and I do the editing for this video, I might try and find their information and then just kind of pop that at the top of the screen there and give you some information. Looks like this is the honey scent, and I'm going to try and open it here. Oh, and it smells absolutely wonderful. I mean, it truly does smell like honey. And with this being Lazy Bee and their Sweet Bee Advent, the honey scent makes total sense to me. So that'll be nice, and I always love a good lotion. Let's see what colorway we get today that will get added into that brioche adventure. Okay, so again, we are back with a solid. So I think we are definitely doing the solid speckle alternating days. And this is a gorgeous denim blue shade that does have some tonal variety in it. So that'll be nice when it knits up, and I can't wait to get that added into my wrap. This is really pretty. Okay, Casting Whimsy. Let's see what we have in store for today. Jasmine Dragon. Organic sencha. I've never had sencha before, so I will be quite interested in tasting this. Of course, we've got some dried peaches in there, some jasmine scented chunmei. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. The Asian languages are not my forte. I can barely speak German as it is. But we've got some peach extract and some calendula petals again with this. This one sounds amazing, and I can't wait to try this out. Set that up to the side. Okay, and then day 5 of our Lunar Advent from Grenouille Yarn Co. And sorry again for the crinkles. Okay, so we've got a lot of dark tones in this again, but we've also got some bright blues in here, which is just super gorgeous. And this colorway is called Magpie, and it does kind of remind me of corvid wings. Sometimes the wings are so blue that or so black that they have that blue sheen to them within the corvid bird families. So I'm not sure if magpies actually fall into that. Anyone who loves avian varieties, you can certainly chime in on that and let me know if I'm absolutely full of it or if I'm onto something. But this is gorgeous, and I am loving this colorway. Super pretty. And then finally we have Ruby and Roses, day 5, which is Wrapping Presents. Let's see if I can center this. Okay, and again, we've got lots of that magenta color. So I definitely see a theme within this maker's dye and color theory. She definitely seems to like a lot of the pinky colors, and I am getting kind of a halo off of this. So I don't know if there was another fiber content in here other than the merino wool, but like maybe a silk, because it almost feels like silk threads. So you know what, I may have to message her and find out, because there's definitely very, very fine strands that are just kind of giving a little bit of a halo or poking through. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if you can see it. If it's going to catch the light enough. Oh, here we go. No. So yeah, I think that might be silk, and that's what's mixed in here, because it does seem to have a little bit of a sheen to it as well. But again, still super soft, super squishy, and as always, very, very pretty. So that is Wrapping Presents. Very, very pretty. Okay, well, so that's it for the actual advents. I do want to do at least a little bit of a mini stash tour. I did have someone comment on the very first video Vlogmas saying that they are interested, or their exact words I believe were nosy, and they wanted to see what was in the cubbies behind me, that or behind my desk area. So I would love to go through that, and I will say there's a lot of Hue Loco there, and I have quite a bit of Lazy Bee yarn, of course. She is one of my favorite local dyers. And then I just have a bunch of random stuff in there as well. Some stuff from Magpie Fibers, also some stuff from Lola Bean Yarn Co. I love Adela. I love her color theory and the way that she can make a speckle pop like nobody's business. She's an amazing maker, and I think she's just a super neat person. Never met her before, but she's just awesome. So we'll kind of go through that later on. I do have a paper that does need to get started and hopefully finished, but as long as the headache stays away, I think I can get that accomplished, and we'll get going with that. So I'll pop in later. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Let's start off with day 6 of our advent calendars. This is Chelsea Yarns, and this is Holly Jolly, and this beautiful golden yellow color with some pinks and browns running through it. This is lovely. Okay, on to Trinkles here with the stitch marker advent. Oh, it doesn't want to rip today. And this is just a cute little shop. You know, this actually reminds me of Nook's Cranny, kind of from Animal Crossing, but this is a yarn, it does say up here yarn shop, and I'm not quite sure what it says here in the window. It might say yarn. Again, it's pretty fine detailing on the letters there, which unfortunately I don't know that the camera will pick up, and my eyesight is just too poor to pick up, but I think that does say yarn. But super cute, and still reminds me of Nook's Cranny from Animal Crossing. All right, day 6, number 3, Lazy Bee yarn. We have another lint truffle. This is in the salted caramel, which is my absolute kryptonite. Love that. And later on, I will show the progress that I've made on my brioche adventure. Okay, so we've got a very, very soft gray. So this will give me a lot of contrast between the last color, and we've kind of broken the pattern of the solid versus speckle every other day. But this is lovely. It kind of reminds me, if I were to name it, I would name it like Frost. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from this colorway, is just like a silvery frost. So maybe not gray, but just like a pale silver. Either way, it's absolutely gorgeous, and I wouldn't mind having full-size skeins of this color, to be honest. All right, and then that takes us to our tea advent. Day 6 with Casting Whimsy, Virginia Company. So this is red rooibos, bergamot extract, and organic corn flour. I don't even know what to say about that, because it sounds interesting, but it sounds like absolutely nothing that I've had any type of flavor reference to, other than the red rooibos. So that'll be interesting. And I do have a tea list from them Okay, so this is one of the new flavors. This is the first new flavor that we've come across within the Advent, and it will be available all year round. That's one thing that I didn't mention about Casting Whimsy, is that certain teas are only available during certain months out of the year. So this is the first one that is available all year round. Day 1, Toil and Trouble, that is available from September to November. Avalon, which was day number 2, available September through December. French Guard from day 3, available November to April. Base Camp from day 4 is also available all year round, which is good because that one was quite lovely. Day 5, Jasmine Dragon, available from July through November. So I will definitely, on the Advent recap at the end of the month, put down all of the names and their availability and like a card or something at the end of a video. And they also have another coupon code that will be available for purchases online in January of 2022, so right after the first of the year. And I think that's good on any purchase, not necessarily your first purchase, like with the Panda coupon code. So we'll provide all of that information. Okay, so December from Grenouille. I love the mushrooms here. And this one is called Opium. And this is a very, like, another gold color. Not as bright as what we saw in the Chelsea yarns, but just a very muted gold tone, yellow with maybe even going more towards the bronze side, with some browns and some greens in there. But still absolutely lovely. And I would knit a sweater out of this color. This is gorgeous. Okay. And then finally, let me grab her card here. Finally, Ruby and Roses, day 6. This is Starting a New Tradition. And we've got some peaks of green in here, some red, but it's very much a peachy orange running throughout this. So very pretty. I do like this. Very, very pretty. And again, her yarn is so soft and squishy. I just love it. I wish I knew what the base was made out of. So lovely. All right. I didn't get my essay written yesterday, and I'm dealing kind of with a headache today, so I'm going to try and get it written this afternoon. But I will be back later on. See you soon. Okay, well, hey everybody. It's the evening of day 6. I am still working on my essay, but I have a little bit of a writer's block, and I think a lot of that is just dealing with the fact that I know I need to get these posted to YouTube and just have this off my to-do list. So I'm going to take a quick break and, you know, get everything edited together and get it posted, so that way it's just done and dealt with and we're ready for day 7 in the morning. That being said, I did say that I would show you my progress on my brioche adventure wrap, which is what I'm knitting the Be Sweet Advent colorways into. This is the Advent from Lazy Bee Yarns, who is a local to me dyer. She's one of the 2 dyers that have a pretty good sized presence known within Lincoln, Nebraska. She was featured in the Iowa-Nebraska issue of Nomadic Knits, along with Allison from Lofty Loops Yarns. I know Allison's also doing a Vlogmas this year and doing her own Advent reveals. She's got some incredible stuff. I do have some of her yarn as well. It's back here, back behind me in my stash. So at some point I will talk about her a little bit more. She's also done a lot of like club colorways based off of like the Witcher series, and I think it's Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. So I've got a few of those, and they're absolutely gorgeous. But on to the reveal. So this so far is my progress, and I'm trying to, this will be the right side. And so it is a I-cord cast on and then working in brioche. And what's so cool about this pattern is that your prior day's color becomes your primary, or your main color for the next day. So like this is day 1 and day 2, so this is day 2, and then day 3 is on the reverse. And we don't have a lot of contrast here between 3 and 4, but then we get that contrast back with 4 and 5, and then knowing the beautiful light silver color that came in day 6 reveal, that's going to look so good with this denim-y color that was day 5. So I did get this caught up. I did spend most of my weekend knitting on this, but what's so nice about this pattern is that once you get into it and you work a couple of the section repeats, you don't really need the pattern anymore. It is so simple and so easy to remember. This is only my second ever brioche project. I did take a class over the summer through my local yarn shop, Knit Paper Scissors. They were doing a brioche class. In the past, I'd always been afraid of doing brioche just because it seems complicated. You've got your burps and your barks and this and that, and and you're dealing with yarn overs and trying not to mess all of that up. And so it was very overwhelming the first time that I came across it, even though I just love the look of it. I love how squishy it is. It does take a little bit longer because you have to knit each row twice, but it's a lot of fun. And so I did the brioche class, and I made a shawl that had a section of brioche, and then you reverse your main and your contrast color within that section before you go back to some garter ridge knitting. And after that, I was like, okay, well, I want to knit all of the brioche things. And this is only the second one that I've started. I do have yarns for some other brioche projects. Excuse me. One of them being the Plumpy shawl. And I have a kit right up here. It's this one with the gray and the yellow. That's from Lobby Anime. And it's her Grello kit. So I'm excited to work on that when I have the time. Anyway, so I guess that's a little bit of a life update. I do have to finish this essay, so I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I will be back tomorrow with day 7. And tomorrow is going to be a little bit busy just because my son has his holiday concert tomorrow evening, so you might get treated to some clips of that. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see how it goes and how well I can record within the auditorium with a bunch of people, because even though we're still under, COVID, as many students as they have in the junior high band. So just to put it into perspective, when my son moved from elementary school over to the junior high, there were 3 sections for his grade,
each section averaging 22 to 25 students. That's big for a small town. Well, the class behind him, which is now grade 7, when they came over, they also had 3 sections of students, again averaging 22 to 25 students per class. I believe at last count, and this will probably be confirmed at tomorrow's concert by the band director, is that he has about 80% of students in each grade that participate in band, which is wonderful. You don't see that sometimes with the larger school systems. I graduated from a larger school system. So to see that in a rural school system is pretty incredible. And they do a great job. These kids are amazing. So I hope that I can treat you to that, but that's what's going on for tomorrow. But again, I do have an essay to take care of that I need to finish. I'm about halfway through, but I kind of hit a stumbling block trying to discuss Plato's Republic, and whether or not that's a just or unjust system. And we could go into discussions about caste systems and all of that, and how they don't play well with actual justice. But that's not something I want to touch on in a vlog. I don't even want to touch on it in an essay, but here we are. So anyway, I will see everybody tomorrow. Again, thank you for hanging out with me, and don't forget to love each other. Good night.